Welcome in. You all get in. We're gonna try something a little different today. Tonight, I should say. A healing Q&A. Not really gonna be doing it much with cards. Just if you have questions about healing, what to do with healing, anything of that nature, I'm gonna do my best to answer them. I just felt called to do something like this. It's been something that I've been talking with my spirit team with a lot. So we're gonna bring it here and see what is going on with that. But bring your questions, and I'm probably just gonna be chilling here in silence for a minute till we get some people coming up. Hello. Welcome in. Hopefully you are doing well. Welcome in. I need to turn the heat off. Goodness gracious. It's way too hot in here. Goodness. Welcome in. Welcome in. Ask your questions about healing or like anything you have about it. That's what we're going to be doing on this live. Any sort of questions that you have for it. If I can't answer it, I'll let you know. I'll send you to the right places if I do know. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing on this live. No question's a dumb question. All questions are allowed, but we're not going to be doing nothing with the cards. No, I'm not doing a regular reading. I'm doing just questions, Q&A. You got questions about healing, not about tarot. We don't need to do tarot anymore. We're good with that. If you need a reading, you can get me on private. But if you got a question about the healing journey, your path, how to do something on it, anything of that nature. God didn't bring you to someone who was abusive to you. You aligned with someone, and during that relationship, y'all's energy just did not match. There was some sort of misunderstanding, either mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually. It wasn't that God did anything. It was the fact that you chose to interact with that individual. And when you do get called to interact with people on a smaller scale, you're not very aware sometimes of the signs, the situations, the signals that you receive of someone that isn't meant for you, but you'll pick up little key things. You'll pick up like little things they'll say to you that make you feel confused, or feel anything other than like a high vibrational energy. And then that abuse, it occurs at such a small state because abuse just doesn't just click up and happen. It's something that builds up over time. It's the same thing as when someone tells a joke that you don't like a lot, they'll beat around the bush so they can tell that joke. That's why a lot of people, I don't know how many people deal with people like this, but I used to a lot. When you would have a conversation with them and they know that you don't like certain topics being talked about, I had people in my past that would bring up like certain topics that they knew would make me upset, but bring it up because the news is talking about it or because it's a general thing. So the abuse, the action of forcing an unwanted action upon you starts at a small scale and then gets bigger and bigger until it feels like you don't have any control because you've allowed it to get that big by ignoring the tiny flags and stuff. But God didn't bring you to anyone to abuse you. It's just you need to be more aware of those signs. Don't use God as a scapegoat for your problems, for your issues. That's not what God wants. That's not really what God is doing either. It's not God, it's you. You have the control. If you don't want to be around someone, you don't have to be there. So, but yeah, like that God would not do that to you. It's unfortunate that does happen. It happens a lot, but the more that we can get people to be more aware of the signs when they first start, the less we'll have to worry about these abusive situations happening. And a lot of the abusive situations do come from like a misunderstanding where someone thinks that you're going to do something or that they're deserving of something for X, Y, and Z. Just working with communication. Not saying that it's only just on one person's part, because communication also involves listening. That's another key point about communication. It's not just about talking, it's about listening and understanding and all that. So it takes two to tango with that party. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, we tend to let things slide so much. It's because we a lot of people see the good in everyone, and we tend just to like let those small things slide because it's like, oh, who cares, and thank you for the membership. But it's like, it's something small, so I'll just let it slide, and if anything big happens, then I'll get onto it. But what we don't realize is when those small things start to slide, it builds up inside of us. So that then when that big moment happens, it's overbearing because now everything's shown to you. Now you start to realize the smaller signs. And it's like, well, fuck, if we're already at this big finale where I was supposed to finally, complete my plan and do what I said of leaving or making it a big deal, I can't necessarily make it as a big deal as I want it to, and or make it a deal at all because I've already agreed to everything up to that point. So it just seems bad on me, and that's where a lot of people who aren't as willing to overstand people who's gone through abuse. They'll take them like, oh, well, didn't you see the signs beforehand? Thinking that it's up to you, like, because we're not taught how to see these signs. A lot of people grew up in abusive households. A lot of people grew up in abusive environments where you weren't shown that sort of like loving reciprocation with direct conversation and all these things, to where when those small signs are brought up, it's like, let me just try and fix this then. Let me see what's going on with that instead of like working with ourselves in that type of nature. Yeah, I mean, people do go around people due to healing energy, but not everyone can pick up energy. A lot of people go to people because they're nice, and the word nice coincides with naive. And a lot of people, that's why I say, oh, they took your kindness for weakness, right? They took your kindness for weakness, not how nice you were, right? Because when you're kind to someone, you could do something bad. It's not that you're not nice, but you're doing it because you're willing to go the extra yard, the extra boundary to be nice, to not send that same energy back. That's being kind. But when those are nice, when people are nice, people just see it as naive. So it's very important to make sure that you're not being a nice person where you're like doormatting or people being a huge people pleaser. Making sure that you're kind, having your own boundaries in state, not letting anyone like step over it, but as well as like really making sure that you don't also overstep your own boundaries by like people pleasing or anything of that nature. Okay, hold on. Let me reread that. Let me reread that. Why can I not say that word today? Okay, so that might be a misunderstanding with the signs that you're getting. Remember that all signs aren't like good, positive signs. Some signs are there as a warning to tell you, hey, you're going on the good path, or other signs are like, hey, you're making repeated mistakes, and we're giving you confirmations that this mistake is about to happen again. And this is where you have to use your discernment. This is where you start paying attention to how those signs make you feel. It's where you start paying attention to these surroundings, how your surroundings are making you feel. Why are you falling back into old patterns? Like, for instance, let's say you don't want to work in the fast food industry anymore, right? Like, you're tired of working in the fast food industry, but the only thing around you is fast food, right? You end up quitting that job, but then going to a new job for fast food because you're needing money. You're doing it out of like a lack of fear. You're too afraid to, travel to the next town to get better job opportunities. You're too afraid to get an online job because you're not sure if it's going to work out or not. But you keep doing those same steps, and you keep receiving the same signs of, oh, hey, look, there's a job opening of a position that I'd really like to go to, but it's like a few counties over. Or there's this place that's hiring online that I would love to go to, and you're getting all these signs and synchronicities to do all those things. But you keep going back to the job that you like, and every time you go, let's say every interview, every person that interviews you leaves like a really bad taste in your mouth, and they always like they don't call, they don't respond to your messages, anything of that nature. And that sign, even though it confirms that like they're not doing that, you still get the job. It's like paying attention in that way. But always make sure that when you read signs, to pay attention to how it feels, what's going on around it as well. Because signs are just warnings. They're just showing you what's happening, what path you're about to go on. So it's like, Are you going down a path that's leading you to a new journey or the same old one? And that could be with people, receiving the same signs about people and how they're acting. Maybe someone's just not giving you the exact emotion, or reciprocating the exact energy that you're wanting them to, but you stay around because it's like you like just who they are, you like their personality rather than like the energy, all those things. So just being very careful of that. Um, because I mean that's the one thing that I found really interesting with signs as well. Because it's like the angel numbers. Everyone thinks that angel numbers are like high vibrational signs because the word angel, but like every um like the demons have angels too. We'll just say it that way because I can't think of the words right now. But even demons have angels, right? Even demons are known as fallen angels and all these things. So when you look at angel numbers, it's like though it could be something good, it could also be your angels warning you, hey, you're about to go down a bad path again. You're about to make a cycle. You're about to go repeat some steps that you're not really wanting to. So just being aware of that as well. Um, and if you're wondering what like the negative signs for an angel number would be, look at what the inverse would be. So 555, for instance, 555. Oh my God, good change is happening. Good changes are coming. There's a new cycle coming ahead. 555 could also be an indicator that you need to change. That there's something that you aren't changing that you're needing to change, and it's showing 3 5s as like an urgency of, hey, changing your energy. The energy is changing around you. Let's go. Let's move something. Let's do something different with this. Um, for 999, even that 999 going into a new cycle, that could literally just be you sticking into an old cycle that they're trying to warn you about. Hey, don't do these things anymore. 111 new beginnings, or you're delaying a beginning. All these things, looking at the inverse of them. But always paying attention to stuff like that. Has anyone else? Okay, no. Anyone else got questions? I'm gonna be here for a minute. I want to stick around for a while. Any question, it doesn't really matter what it is, what it pertains to on healing, even if it's like a question that isn't about healing. If I can answer, I'll do my best. If I can't, uh, I'll do my best to point you to a direction that would have the answer. And if I don't know that, I don't know. I guess I'll just tell you to Google it or something, or I'll do my research as well because I love doing my research too. But we're just here to educate. We need to start learning some things. We need to start getting more solidified in what we're doing and knowing the steps that we want to take forward, because this stuff isn't talked about that much. How do you know if God's angry with you? The best way to see if God's angry with you is to see if you're mad at yourself. Do I recommend hold on, I'll answer the vegan question in a second. Um, but the best way to see if God's mad at you is to pay attention what's happening in your life, in your internal life. If you aren't feeling as secure as you used to, if you're seeing that things aren't necessarily working out, and it doesn't even mean external, this is all internal. So like if you're trying to boost your mood up, but every time you try to boost your mood up, you're not doing it, or you're procrastinating too much, paying attention to those signs. It's not that we can't hear or understand when God's mad at us. It's just that we tend to follow in with our own addictions, with our own comfort zones that keep us from really hearing the messages from the divine. We have to really sit still and listen in those types of energies. When we're not feeling secure or safe or feeling any sort of progress, if we feel very stagnant, that's a sign that God's getting frustrated. And it's not saying that God as the external is getting upsetting. It's the God inside of you, it's the creator inside of you that's unable to move you forward in any way. Ignoring your intuition, ignoring your feelings, ignoring the signs, all these things will upset the God in you, and that causes blockages. Then you have money blockages because now that you're not following through with what you're desiring to do, now you have a bunch of things that's making you procrastinate. Now you're feeling a bunch of stress and anxiety. You're facing those blockages because you yourself aren't able to move forward. That's from my understanding, and that's what I've witnessed and learned from it. Other people might have different viewpoints, but for me personally, that's how I feel it. And should everyone go vegan? uh Eventually that would be a good thing. Of course, you can, like eating, like action, like it would be better if you don't want to go vegan to have your own farm so that you're taking care of the animals, so you know what they're ingesting and you're making sure that they get love and stuff, doing those things, of course, because you have to be careful of the energy that you're ingesting when you go eat just random like meat from the store. You don't know how it was killed. I mean, most of them are just fucking crowded in areas and slaughtered and abused and stuff. So you're literally in eating and taking in that energy as well, and that's going through your entire system. Anything that you eat or put into your body goes into your blood system. Everything does. So what you're doing is you're then putting death into your blood system. You're putting death into your body. You're putting death into your auric field around you in that. Um, Now, of course, there's like organic, like grass-fed meat. I forgot the actual term, but there's actual meat that you can like. There's actual places that take care and actually love and raise the animals well. If you know like local farmers or something like that, just buying local is better than just going at industry. But it would be good for those to go vegan or at least vegetarian, having more of a vegetarian diet rather than like a fast food, greasy, fatty, test tube, not test tube, but like laboratory meat type diet that we've been on for a while. It would be better for that. Of course, to each their own, but it would be better to switch to like just healthy alternatives regardless. That doesn't mean like going to plant-based meat if you're not willing to do that, but just making sure that what you're ingesting is healthy. Though that's hard to do, there are still things that you can do. Like you can look at the barcodes on fruit to see like if they've been modified with GMOs and things of that nature. It takes research, it takes learning, but it's definitely a thing that people should be doing more. Eventually, I feel like more people the general consistency of people will be vegan or at least vegetarian, plant-based. But I'm not really, gonna be saying that everyone should or shouldn't because I haven't gone full vegan. There's things that I still eat that aren't vegan qualified. I don't eat meat. I'm like allergic to half of it actually, so I can't eat it regardless. So it wasn't like a struggle for me to cut it out, but definitely switching to like a healthier lifestyle within the food and what you're ingesting would be a really good start for like any sort of thing. Uh, Working too hard. I feel that. I'm a workaholic. I feel that. I'll get to your question as well, Medicaid, and welcome in everyone. But um, the best thing I found for working is remembering that making it kind of like a game because relaxing can also be work, especially if you're one person that loves to work like a workaholic or you just struggle to like relax. It feels like an extra chore to like get into that energy. The best thing I can do to tell you with that is to allow yourself to sleep in more. Give yourself like time for baths and stuff. That's something I do a lot. I don't take a lot of baths anymore, but I used to take a lot of them because I would get so involved with the energy around me. I'd get so involved in life and I would just stick around water. Being around water would really help you with that because it gets you in this relaxed energy. Fire gazing, candle gazing brings your brain down to theta waves, so that can help you relax as well. Having sense aromas around you, like incense or whatever you're gonna burn, or like oil diffusers, things like that will help you get into a more relaxed state and not have you work as much. A lot of reasons why you feel like you have to work as well is because you've had this, either you've experienced it externally from people or you've witnessed it yourself, however it's affected you. But a lot of people struggle with that because of a lack of support from others. They feel like they need to work more to receive a form of support, or they feel like they're undervalued, not being seen for who they are, what they're trying to do. So instead of stepping out and branching onto something new, they go harder on what they already have. Try doing new things as well, like new art projects, even yoga, just doing extra things to allow you to relax, not focusing so much on 3D work, focusing, I guess, on spiritual and body work is what you would call it. Just balancing the mind, body, and soul. Studying can be of work. You could watch a movie. You could learn how to do something new. Those things would work, but you're needing to work with your soul more than your brain, for like helping with overworking. But that's always a hard one. Uh, yeah, it's difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Being a workaholic, it's not easy. Be careful of over procrastination, though. I'll let you know right now of that, because I have gone through that stage. It's not fun. You will get to this point to where you get used to relaxing, because it's like, damn, I do overwork myself. So then you'll not want to go back to work, because you'll feel like you've done so much work in the past that you don't have to do anything now. Don't get caught up in that loop. I did, while I was in high school, because I was doing college and high school at the same time, and that like exhausted me. So um after I graduated college, like a year after high school, I didn't do a single thing. I like wasted a whole year of my life just not doing anything, because I was just tired. I was like, oh, I did college, I did high school at once. Everyone knew I did. I wasn't getting recognized for it, so I didn't do anything for a while. So be sure to watch out for that. Give yourself a break. Don't let things slide away for more than 4 days. If you feel like you're not being as active as you should, um, try to do it within like a 4 day period, so you're not stuck in a procrastination cycle. Yeah, but yeah, there's no wrong way to learn ever. Like learning things online, like even though it's kind of sketchy, you can find a lot of valuable tools for like learning new subjects on YouTube. Like it's crazy. A lot of my friends learned how to make music off YouTube, so it's very interesting. Fear of leaving the house. Okay, so I dealt with this. I have personally dealt with the fear of leaving the house. Um, Whenever I was in my apartment with my one situation with that roommate I had, I was afraid to leave my house, to leave my room. I actually was only forced to, because it was like I needed like do my job. I have the YouTube thing, so I need to keep doing that. That was the only thing getting me out of the room. The best thing to work at if you're afraid of leaving the house is pinpoint why. Are you afraid of things being stolen? Are you afraid of someone snooping through your things? All these things. Ask yourself these questions. Be blunt. Be very blunt with yourself when you ask them. When you ask yourself these things, and then when you do, ask yourself, what specific thing am I actually afraid of losing if I do leave? What things am I afraid of spending too much money when I leave? Am I afraid of, being locked out? All these things. Gather a list of them so you can see why you're afraid. Really read the fear. Educate yourself on the fear. The only reason that fear has so much control of keeping you from moving forward is because it has all this unknown. And even though you're not going to know everything, you still need to have a grip of what you're afraid of happening. And it's not necessarily to build a plan to rebuttal it, but it's to overstand it and be like, okay, so I'm afraid of losing this one thing. Well, I can just take this one thing with me. If you're afraid of like, losing certain things, you can hide those items if you want, but don't feel like they're going to be targeted. Don't put so much energy towards it to where you're not able to leave a certain situation. As well as when you're leaving the house, allow that to be a reminder to yourself as well. Like when you leave that energy, you'll be away from it. You'll actually get more fresh air. You'll feel release of pressure that's been put on you. You won't have that fear anymore because you're already outside. What's really going on with the fear of leaving the house is the unknown of what's going to happen to the house, to things that are in the house or anything of that nature. So really understanding that, getting down to the grips of it, and then leaving, and then being like, you know what, I'm only afraid of these things because my circumstances aren't the best, or I'm not able to keep an eye on certain things. It's a controlling thing, so work with that. And it's going to be difficult, it's going to be a little hard, so don't beat yourself up over it, but just keep reminding yourself that once you leave that environment, once you face that fear, it's like nothing. It's the same thing as like going to the bathroom. Just imagine it that you technically left the house. You're in a new room. It's the bathroom. You got the whole house and it has multiple rooms in it, right? You can imagine like that if you have to. It's a little silly, but like it will get you to that point. But just really be afraid. No, don't. What the heck did I say that for? Don't be afraid. Really study why you're afraid. I don't got tongue twisted. I'm getting tongue twisted up here, y'all. I'm sorry. But as well, like opening up windows as well. If you're really afraid of leaving the house as well, opening up windows, allowing the outside to come inside first, so you can have more of a calling to go outside as well. That can help you too. Um, But yeah, it's really about just finding that reasoning for why you're afraid, and not allowing yourself to be controlled by that, not allowing yourself to be manipulated by your own thought process, by your own like way of seeing things from different points of view, knowing that, again, that you are protected, that you are loved by forces unseen that are always protecting you, and you will get signs to turn around and go home and do these things if need be, you know I mean, yeah, people do need to get therapists, but a lot of therapists aren't very good. And you're talking to someone that's gone to therapy almost their entire life, and all these things I did not learn from therapy. I had to do therapy on myself, and not to mention, not a lot of people have access to therapy. A lot of people really are unable to trust the therapist. Some people aren't, like, some people just have a fear of doing those things. It's all based on how someone is. Even though you could go get therapy, therapy isn't going to give you all the answers that you actually need to go heal, you know? A lot of therapy, they'll just, because I mean, just to be honest, I had one of my friends tell me that a therapist like told them that all they like, it was some Buddhist quote. It wasn't even like really anything real. It was like, just be like the wings of a butterfly and flap away or something. I don't even know what was going on with that. But my friend was talking about a therapist and asked me for advice, and said his therapist said to just like be like a butterfly and fly away or something. And I was like, what? I don't know. That just might be the therapist here, but a lot of therapists are not good either. Like, some therapists really are like drama spreaders. I'll be honest with you. Not to like fearmonger or to do that, but some people should not be in industries that they're in. Like, a lot of people just are a lot of people just aren't qualified to be in the field that they're in. I'm gonna be real. So it's all up to personal preference with that one. And besides, like, what even is therapy? Look up the definition of a therapy, of what therapy is, and you'll find out that it's more than just going to someone. Really quick. But we focus so heavy on titles and like the human spectrum of it, and seeing like, well, if this person doesn't have XYZ, then all these things. And I'm not a therapist, but I've gone through things and I've healed through things, so I'm just giving my 2 cents for advice. Exactly. The goal is to heal, not to cope. The goal is to like eventually be weaned off of these drugs that the government puts you on. Putting people on meth and crack and stuff just to like calm their nerves is not like a helpful thing at all. They tried to put me on fentanyl when I was like, I think I was like 10 or 11. They were trying to put me on fentanyl, and I was like, no. And every doctor that I asked, like, no, but it's like, it's good fentanyl. What the fuck does good fentanyl mean? What are you trying to tell? There's the illegal, so there's bad crack and good crack. There's bad fentanyl and good fentanyl. What are you talking about? Like, what? It's fentanyl. It's shit. What are you talking about? People gotta like really understand what these doctors are trying to like tell you, because it's bizarre. It's bizarre. And as well as, a lot of therapy won't really be helpful until they start talking about the spiritual side of things, until they start talking about energy. Because if you go to a majority of therapists and start talking about energy, they're gonna call you fucking crazy. And it's like, well, I guess I am crazy to you because I'm experiencing something that you don't experience. And because I don't want to be a robot and experience a singularity event, I guess that means I have to go to a mental hospital now. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's so much more than they're not even teaching. And it's all calculated. You know, it's not just like they're doing it on accident. This is all things that they planned and stuff. This is like the whole system is corrupt and information. Who was it? It was the Rothschilds that literally bought the Cancer Foundation and a bunch of other things and literally ripped away information and made it forbidden and illegal whenever it's still being used. You know what I mean? So you have to just like be very aware of these things. Yeah, the best thing to do with medicine though is going herbal. Literally, let me explain this. Every every illness that you have can be cured by an herb. I think it is every disease is caused by mucus. If you can just go find herbal remedies to fix those things, you will be fine. Go buying herbal books and all these things. And people love to say like, "Oh, that's bullshit." It's not bullshit. What do you think they do to get the medicine that they give you already? Do you think that like it's a plant? It starts off as a plant, and then they go put it in a lab. They go chemically imbalance it. They go mess with its DNA, its RNA, and then they go test it. And then whenever it gives desirable effects to cure something, you then take it, and then it gives you suicidal thoughts, depression, weight gain. It messes with your acidic levels in your stomach, all these other things that then cause more mucus to be in your system, and then they have to put you on more medicine for it. It's a whole scheme. If you just go find the actual herbs, you will literally heal. You can heal anything, like anything. Every disease that we have can be cured by just a plant, but we don't have that knowledge anymore. Ever since uh, the Rothschild bought the fucking the health department thing. I can't remember what it's actually called, but he like bought it and then wrote it that all that stuff was illegal. I think he like locked up some of the papers and burned others. I can't really remember all what happened with it. But yeah, Big Pharma has not done a damn thing good. Because I mean, here's the thing, and I have to talk about it because having someone who's like every one of my like family members has had a form of cancer. Like all they do with cancer patients is just test them. Why do you think they haven't? Why do you think they haven't found like? I'm not even gonna dive into it that deep. Not yet. But they literally just guinea pig cancer patients. They guinea pig anyone who's sick. Why do you think they give you like 2 or 3 medicines? Here, take this one, and then take this one to balance out that medicine because it's like they're just awful. They're just feeding you chemicals. It's fucking horrible. But we grow dependent on those chemicals because we're not taught about herbs and things, and then we think that that's like fairy tale mystical like shit when it's the reality that we live in. Like it's so weird. And then they lock up anyone that has this information or threaten to get rid of them, or they end up committing suicide or all these other things just to like keep everything down and hush packed. It's awful. um I forgot what it is. I will link it. I'll link their page. I'll link a few resources actually, for herbs and things of that nature. I'll put that on the community tab after this live. Um, but yeah, like ADHD and autism can also be cured by herbs. People don't talk about this stuff. I mean, it's crazy, man. It is like the amount of help that people could be getting is so like shut down and hidden, and everything just seems like you can heal paralyzed people with just herbs. It's a chemical imbalance within the body. All you have to do is fix that chemical balance, get rid of the extra acid and the extra mucus within that area of the system, and then you're good. Like really, that's like at the core. There's a lot more that goes into it, but from the core, from the root, it is because of mucus. And that mucus is caused because of acid issues. When your stomach lining has its own like mucus on it, and whenever that mucus is over ramped or under ramped, that can cause issues. That's why you have gallbladder issues and all these things where you have acid reflux. It's because you're putting too many chemicals in your body. It's making everything go crazy. Like if we can just if it's awful, man. Cause like it's just I've seen so much, and so many people go without help or think that they're like helpless, and it's because they're told by modern medicine that they can't be cured. They can't be cured by modern medicine, because what the fuck is modern medicine other than amplified or modified crack cocaine or meth? Like nothing, really. I mean, shit, they put caffeine in half your drug, in half the medications. They put different chemicals of cannabis in your medicines. They put crack, they put all sorts of shit. They put bugs in your medicine. They put the actual illness in your medicines. That's why modern medicine can't fucking solve shit, because they're poisoning you while doing it. They're trying to find a way to sedate everyone so that when they're sedated, then they don't have to worry about any sort of uprising. It's too late for that, obviously. It's going to happen. But that's their plan, I guess. Yeah, Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi's where I learned the mucus issue from. To really just get like massage your lymphatic system. It's like all through here. It's like through here. It's on your chest. It's on your stomach. You would rub up and down. It's also on like your pelvic area as well. Like your arms here, it will help with that. Your what is like the behind your kneecap called? I forgot what that's called, but back there as well, just doing that, pumping your blood and getting and clearing your lymphatic system, like, will keep you pretty good. Like our bodies are not that hard to take care of. It's really, our bodies are not that hard to take care of. We are very, very simplistic beings. But let me tell you about the human body. It's very simple. The only reason why it's complex is because we're poisoning ourselves daily. Um, and that's just about it. If we weren't poisoning ourselves, it wouldn't be so hard. It really wouldn't be. But unfortunately, we're either raised in that poison, or never told about the poison until it's quote unquote too late, or it feels too late or detrimental. And then we have to go step back and heal from that and then move forward. Like, it's bizarre. It really is. And I can't stand it. Personally, I can't stand it because it's fucking awful. I've met so many people who are like on medicines, who were on medications, and they were just assholes. Like they were awful people. And now that they're off medication, they're fine. And it's because the chemical imbalance. I used to be that way because I was on like, when I was 13, they had me on like 5 different pills. And one day I was like, I'm not taking another damn pill. I'm fucking done. I'm tired of this. I'm not gonna take 5 fucking pills 2 times a day to make me feel a little bit sleepy. Fuck that! I'll just go to bed. I got melatonin that produces itself naturally up here. I don't need to go on all those medications. I'm okay. It's like, it's awful. And it's like, people aren't told these things. And it's like, A, they don't want to research or something of that nature, but like more people have to start talking about it because it's awful. And I like, when you're in your older ages, even then still, your body's not needing those medications. That does not mean quit them cold turkey. That's not good either. Okay. I was young, so even though it was still a risk, my immune system, my body was working differently. Really, 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 like, study on herbs, like doing so. Even if you still take your medicines, do herbal teas, do detoxes for yourself so that you're not keeping that toxin inside of you. You know what I mean? Like, if you still are not if you're not comfortable making that full switch, detoxing is a wonderful way to combat this. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to, and it's the same thing for eating meat and stuff. You don't have to go vegan, you don't have to go vegetarian. You have to detox. You got poison in you. You got fat all up in you. You got waste. Like, it takes 2 days for the human body to fully flush out like a meal. And everyone eats every day. And then you wonder why obesity is a problem, because you literally have backed up feces in you. Like, yeah, it's a little bit of fat, but you also have feces all up in you. You got parasitic worms that are bloating up and swear. It's like, it's gross. Detox, please. Always, always, always. Because it's like, you don't have to switch anything. If you don't want to change your life, you don't have to. But detoxing will keep you healthier. Even if it's like a like an intermediate fast, where you fast for half a day and then eat like one meal, or you fast for one day and then whatever. Doing those things helps. Taking certain herbs, chia seeds help out a lot. I literally have a chia seed, lemon juice and water combo here. It helps remove stomach fat, and as well it helps flush the system as well. But doing stuff like that to heal the intestinal system, so that you're not carrying around that waste all the time, because then that's again why we feel sluggish and stuff, because we carry all of our waste with us. So just being very careful of that. Yeah, like seriously. Yeah, what Daniel said, 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. You can, like, people have gone on crazy fasts, and you don't even like. I mean, you can go on like juicing fasts. Like, there's all sorts of fasts. It doesn't just require. It's just like, don't eat solid foods. You can go on a water fast. You can go on like a juicing fast. You can do all these things, but make sure that you're also healthy. If you need to take vitamin supplements when you do fasting, go for that. Don't make yourself feel weird. Don't compare yourself to these people that literally don't eat for like 2 weeks and then eat like a small meal and then they're back to fasting. You don't have to compare yourself to them. They're built different. They train differently. Do what you have to do. You can take vitamins. It's not breaking a fast to take vitamins. Like, it's recommended to if you need to. You know what I mean? Don't pressure yourself. If you can't do it, don't do it. Fasting is on. It's not bad to fast. It's like, fasting's an interesting experience. If you can go 2 days without fasting, you will be very surprised about how much energy you'll have. I'm not even like, if you can't, don't worry. But if you can go a solid 2 days without fasting, you will feel so much better. Like, your body would actually not be overworking anymore. It's all these other things. Um, but looking into like herbs and stuff to help you like with that. And digesting food is super energetic intensive. You wouldn't believe it. You would not believe how hard your internal system works. Anytime that you feel an emotion, your entire gastral system reacts to it. Your entire body reacts to it. Your blood system, your lymphatic system, your nervous system, your neuronic system, everything's reacting. You can shut your body down from fear. When your heart beats really fast and you have to sit down there and stuff, your body has to slow down. Or you can't move with that energy. It's all these things. Like, you got to be careful with this, because there's so much that goes on. Yeah, be very safe when fasting. Like, if you do have heart problems, make sure that if you want to fast and you do have heart problems, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have heart issues. I don't have any stomach lining, so whenever I fast, I make sure to stay hydrated. I don't take supplements because my issues don't affect me as much. But for those that are like severely affected by it, be careful, because you can run into health risks if you're not careful with fasting. You will faint, and it will not be fun. It's not something that you would want to experience. If you like, do your research with fasting. You know, talk to people who have similar issues as yours, and see how they fast if they fast. Talk to people who do fast and ask them for advice. All these things. You don't have to just look up the information by yourself and then go off of it. There are people who know these things. Um, Googling it, however you need to do, but always ask questions about these things. Oh no, an accidental deletion. That happens. That happens. No worries. But yeah, like, was it a question? Do you remember if it was a question? Oh no, the struggles of being a mod, accidentally deleting messages when you reply. I did that funnily enough. I was in someone's live on Instagram and I accidentally followed the person instead of replying to them, and I was like, well, I don't want to follow this person, but I guess I did. Um, but yeah, coming out of survival mode's hard. It really is. When you're in survival mode, you're different. You're in your animalistic energy. You're tapped into the reptilian part of the brain. We all have it. It's our animalistic. It's that side of us that really is that defensive, that warrior side. And when we're trapped in that energy for so long, it's rough getting out. You have to really like reopen your eyes to everything. So go easy on yourself, especially if you're leaving survival mode. An issue that does occur is going too hard. Pace yourself with it. It might take weeks, it might take a year, it might take a day. Depends on who you are, what you've gone through, and how easily you can digest this stuff. But take your time, take your pacing with it. It's healing. No one's fully healed. It's healing. It's a process, a lifetime process. We have a whole eternity to heal. But we got to plant seeds. We have to plant the seeds for the healing so that we don't have to go through the repeated cycles 24/7. Thrive under pressure. I used to. I can't anymore. I'm old. I'm not old, but I just can't handle pressure anymore. I'm so quick to like remove people nowadays. Like I used to be good under pressure, but now like if someone like bothers me, I'm just done. I can't. I don't know. Feeling old at 25 is crazy, honestly. It's the life though. But yeah, living with trauma responses, that's trauma responses are awful. Trauma, like when you have unhealed trauma, when you're responding with your trauma, that shit will fuck your life up quicker than anyone else ever could. You will end up removing yourself from people, from situations, from blessings that are coming into your life, all because you're not trusting it. It's awful. Been there, done that, not going back ever. But again, like it's this energy where you've been so trustworthy and people pleasing that now that everyone that you gave to isn't giving anything back to you, now you're just like, well, fuck, now I can't do that to anyone because now everyone's gonna do that. It's just being around the wrong people. But it's something that we all have to go through. It's rough, but we'll make it. And that's the thing, as long as you're just here, not even like, even if you don't care about what's being said, even though you're just here, it's gonna click in with you. Even if the topics don't resonate with you, you're something's in here, something's flying in here, you're getting something whether you're aware of it or not. And if someone else has that question, you got the answers for them. You'll find the information somehow. You'll make the dots connect. That's the fun part about healing. You don't need an exact answer for every situation. Every situation can be compared to all of them. You just have to really see it in a different light. And it's hard to do that, but once you do, everything's like, okay, the reason I'm not healed from this is literally because of that, and that's tied to this, and it's Indra's nest. It's a spider web. Everything's connected. I feel that. Some days I feel older. Some days I feel like I'm still like 23. And it doesn't seem like a long like jump, but I don't I there are days I just don't know. I don't feel like I am 25. It's just one of those things. Like time has been weird anyway. I don't the time has just been really fucky recently. Like the days are just going away, and it's not even because the earth is turning away from the sun sooner. The days just feel shorter. Like time is collapsing itself. What is it? I forgot what that is. Is that? Oh my god. Oh no. What Bible verse is that? Because that popped up in my head. And the days will get shorter, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, for the ones that know what's happening, it's you'll know what's happening. It's the prophecy time is happening. What is it called? The seventh dine. Is it a seventh dine of Shiva? Where it talks about on the seventh day what Shiva does, looking into that as well. Like we're in the time. Like this is it. Yeah, it's in the Quran too. It's in all of them. It's in all of them. It's all there, but it's just not properly read or looked over or used to attack people, and we just don't get the right messages from it. But it's all there. It's written out. We're like, the book is here. We can just read it. We'll figure out what's going on to a degree. There's always going to be something that's not, that we don't know what's going on, because that's just how reality is. But we're in the times. They wrote about it. They prophesied it. We're literally living in it, you know? Always, always. Oh shit, well, happy birthday. Yeah, so you know exactly what I mean. I don't know, like, when I hit 24, I know, like, I was like, okay, I'm 24. It felt like too short of a time. I'm like, what the hell? I was 24 for like 2 weeks, and now I'm another year older. Like, really? Like, come on. And not, I don't know if it gets, I don't know if it's like speeds up when you get older or not, but like, bro, is it getting rough? We're 38 for 3 years of word. I feel that. But yeah, time is. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the sky. Pay attention to everything that's happening around us right now. It's in our it's in our face, quote unquote. But we don't do a very good job of looking around. No, I didn't do a reading. This is just a Q&A for now. Oh yeah. It's, what is it? It's 5, 25, and 35. And then there's 50. Those are like your main age groups whenever you're growing. Like when you hit 5 years old, you have your first change. When you hit 25, you hit your maturity change. When you hit like 35, that's another change in your life. And then when you hit 50, that's like your final change. Then the rest of your life just kind of like stays. You don't really change too much. Your mind has already been set. Some people, get a different change of mind, but again, that just depends on who you are and energetically how you align with all that stuff. Oh yeah, listen, you will see where you're at on the healing journey within these years. Like, these next 2 years are gonna be powerful. That's why I was talking about it so heavily for months, because it's like this year and next year are like the prime years to get things rolling. Things are moving very quickly this year. We are in we are in the fast moving energy. We're literally in Mars retrograde. Things are going to be moving quickly for a while. Whether that's physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, however, it's moving quickly, relationship wise, whatever. So just, do your best to stay grounded. Don't be afraid to rest, but, at the same time, times are going to get weird. They're always weird, but they're going to get weirder. They're always going to be weird. But it's because there's change happening. We're leaving an old paradigm. It's about time. But we're leaving an old paradigm, and we're going into new land and new energy. It's time. 29 plus tax. But yeah, it's a time for healing. And whether, and healing isn't always, that's another thing. Healing is not just emotional or mental. Healing could be physical, like getting, losing weight, gaining muscle, taking care of yourself in that way. Everything. If I could explain my message in a short summary, would I? Probably. If I could, if I knew what I was going to talk about beforehand, yeah, I could. I try my best to. There's always a simpler way of saying it, but I like delving into the depths of it, because, a quick answer isn't always the best answer. Sometimes you have to listen to a whole ramble just to get a bit. It's rough, but like, that's an attention span thing. That's another thing. The attention span of just everyone's getting awful. Like, really awful. It's not even just the youth, it's everyone. Attention spans are going down. It's kind of sad. It's really scary, honestly, to think about. But attention spans are just getting awful, and it's probably because the increase of sugar in foods as well. Oh god, and all the fucking dyes we have. That's probably the reason why we have all that increase. But it's getting rough. I like the choice too. I've been wanting to make this change for a while, but I've just been uncomfortable. So I had to like heal. I was like, what's going on? Why am I actually uncomfortable in doing this? And then here I am. We're here. We made it. But this is the change. We got to start changing. I don't like stagnancy. That's something I had to come to terms with as well. I don't like being stagnant, but I kept being stagnant. Even though I changed certain things, I was still doing the same action. And I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. Cuz now the stagnancy is getting too much, and I want to change. I want to keep growing. We're moving. We're away from the lower chakras. We're already, hopefully, we're all out of the lower chakras. And if you're still struggling with that transition, we're here. We're good. Just walk with us to keep walking. It's a road and a half. Just keep walking with us. But we're leaving. We're in the heart. We're in the purple era. We're in purple energy, royalty, the crown, your majesties, but your power, the third eye, seeing things, the truth. We're in that energy. We're in purple. We were in green last year, the heart space. 2023, what do you want to do? 2024, what is it going to do to get you to go there? 2025, let's do it. That's how it is. The 3 years have been really weird like that. But that's why we're here. I do struggle with creativity a lot. I'm an artist. I make music, I make art. I struggle a lot with it. And that's something I struggle with a lot, growing up with not a lot of support. So I tend to work on an idea and drop it. So I struggle a lot with creativity and keeping something afloat like that. And there's another reason why is because I like working on multiple projects. I have a very abundant creative resource, and it's a double-edged sword because yes, I can do a lot, but at the same time, I won't finish a project if I'm not like working on it steadily. But yeah, I struggle with creativity. It is a struggle because in this day and age, you really look around and think that everything's been done, or you feel like you're copying someone, or you have this fear of stepping out and being who you want to be because you haven't felt like you're able to. All these things like they route to it, but when you fully figure out how you want to be creative, what you truly want to do creatively, and not step away from that, that's when things get better. Don't worry about, like, I mean, shit. I got a pen here. I got this. I'll do an example. There we go. Can I draw a hat? I don't. That's like a weird hat. I don't care. So look, it's Stickman. That's my creativity right now, right? You can literally make a career off of selling stick figures like that. You can. You can do it. You can. Your creativity isn't shouldn't be limited. If you can only draw stick figures, make you a stick figure army. Literally. You just have to be brave enough to step through with it and allow the art to speak to you. It's not about you needing to create it. It's trying to create itself with you. It's trying to work with you. It's working with the elements, not against them or trying to control them. And that's a struggle with creativity because you want something to turn out a certain way. Artists struggle with this a lot. I have a lot of artist friends who are like, I want it to sound like this though. I don't like how that sounds. And it's like, well, like it's rough, but you have to let it do what it wants to do. It has something it's trying to show you. It wants to go a different way. Yeah, purple's a frequency. Colors are frequencies. Color waves, light waves, are frequencies. That's ultraviolet is the highest frequency we have because we can't see it. Well, it's damaging to us, but we can't see it. It's an invisible frequency, really, to us. Every color has a frequency. Every color does. Everything is a frequency. This whole world is based off frequencies. That's why music is so big. That's why music's everywhere. That's why you go to the store and you hear music. That's why you hear wind. Like everything's a frequency. Everything's vibrating and giving off a small sound. Everything's really vibrations down to it, but purple is a frequency. Everything is. You can look it up. You can look at what color, what frequency the color purple vibrates at. It will get you. Look it up. It will show you. You can look up what the color purple sounds like by playing that frequency, and that's technically it. If you have I have synesthesia. If anyone else has synesthesia, you can't really work off that because it's personalized to you. But like, synesthesia is interesting when it comes to frequencies and sound. It's weird. Yeah, that's what we are trying to go back to. That's really that's where the evolution's going to. We're becoming more independent, and being independent isn't just standing on your own. It's creating, being more creative. We're getting more herbalists that are actually going out in the woods and in the forest and stuff, and in the wilderness, and getting the herbs from there instead of buying them online, right? We have more people trying to create things. We have more access to platforms and all these things. And like, though being on platforms is good, we need to be able to do these things that we do on a platform externally. We need to have more ways, because the internet isn't always going to be an option all the time. You know what I mean? So when we get to that area where we're being more creative, when we're like living with more of an independence on ourselves and our own ability to do things, because we all have a gift, we all have a talent, tapped or untapped. Some of us have multiple. Some of us have one that we're really good at. Some of us have like a multiple plethora of things. It's just up to you and believing in yourself. What does your inner child want to do? Your inner child wants to write plays and direct movies. Start making short films. Start doing short films. Do flip notes. Make claymations. Do something. Even if it's not good. Well, I'm not even going to say it that way. Even if you don't deem it to be good or deem it to be viewable, post it. How do you think people start getting like big where they were? There was this, what was it called? Oh my god, what was that claymation called? It was an old claymation that like in 2009 I used to watch it. I think it was like Clay World or something. I remember the first one I watched, and you'll know what I'm talking about because of this video. It's the Pancake Mine videos, where these clay men were walking in a minefield, but all the mines were pancakes, and they didn't know that they were mines. They kept fucking like falling on them. I love that stuff so much. It was so funny. If y'all, I think it was Clay's World. I can't remember fully, but that was funny stuff. Just do things. Just let your inner child live, and it's hard because unfortunately our inner child was abused when it was an external child, when we were a child. So then we pushed it so far down inside of ourselves and all that stuff. Make songs, even if you can't sing. Just make a song. Fuck it. You have auto tune. You don't know how to produce music. There's tutorials online that will show you how to. You don't know the music theory or anything. Use the note of C and touch all the white keys. Or if you want to do jazz, just touch all the black keys. It's really that. It's like it's simple, as dumb as that sounds. It's really that way. Like, you don't have to go to like college or school. You can really just mess around and do things you want. Like, we put so much seriousness in like, oh, it has to be perfect, and this image of, oh, look, a famous celebrity who probably sold their soul and was playing, like sucking some dude off in an office to get where they're at in life. You know what I mean? That's what you're comparing yourself to. Like, oh, these movie directors and movie artists, yeah, the ones that sold their soul and did sexual acts and, molested children, and, have that videotaped just in case they decide to talk about things, so that then they're exploited so that they can keep their secrets hushed. You know what I mean? Like, you're looking up to those individuals that are being threatened, instead of just being who you want to be, just letting yourself have that child energy. And those people, they sold out their child too. They gave away their inner child. They are now doing what the industry wants them to do, which is to corrupt more children, so that when they grow up or when they do things, that they can be in the same footsteps as them. So they don't have to do any more of that other stuff. So they just willingly walk over, oh, hey, get me, get me. It's awful. It's fucking awful. Baphomet rules the fucking music industry. It's fucking like all the Luciferians. If you want to, like, listen, Go watch the video I made on frequencies and the human and microtones. That's some stuff right there that not many people talk about. And of course, there's people that talk about it, but the 808 specifically was designed to be off key to to mess with your root chakra. The 808 is a tone that messes with your root chakra. That's why hip hop and rap and drill are so popular, because it has the 808. It messes with the root chakra. And when you are a young child, guess what chakra is the most valuable to you at that time? Your root, because you're getting grounds for everything. It's awful. Like, go watch those videos. I have them up for a reason. I made them for a reason. Not many people talk about microtones. I want to make another video about microtones at some point. I love microtonal music. It's very interesting. But when you delve into the sciences behind microtonal music, you'll start to realize why certain synthesizers or certain synths in songs, certain sounds that happen in songs are there. They're not there because they fill in space. They're there for an actual particular reason, because the higher ups do things for a specific reason. They don't just do things willy-nilly. They're not unconscious about their actions. They know what they're doing. They send in the songs. They have someone sitting in an office that knows wordplay, and then they get them to review the lyrics, and then they switch words around to put subliminal messages in them and make the hook really catchy, because the hook of a song is your mantra. That's why it's repeated so much. That's why the chorus is repeated so much too. That's your mantra for the song. That's what's stuck in your head. As long as you have that in your head, boom. And then they go, okay, is it going to be in a major or minor scale? Is it going to be a happy song or a sad song? Most songs are in minor scales because they're sad. They're in a lesser. They want you to be in a minor energy, a smaller, lesser energy. They go around, make those songs like that. You got sad songs. You got songs that sound angry and demonic, talking about killing people. And they keep it in that lower regimen. If you sing a song about it's all this stuff. Like, music theory is a weaponized thing. Our whole that music is so important. Like, our ancestors use music all the time. The beating of drums, drum patterns are important. That's your groove. If they can mess up your groove, they got to control your whole body. They don't even need to have lyrics. This is the whole thing. I'm gonna talk about this too, because not many people talk about it, and I want to talk about it. With the whole scene of electronic music. Oh my god, this is going to be a fun one to talk about. I'm going to get in trouble for this one. But a lot of people in electronic music, what they'll do for these big industries and stuff, they'll make, the beat of the drum determines how you move. That's why, like, you see so many people headbanging a lot. And it's not saying headbanging is bad, but, like, beware, because the beat of the drum determines how you're going to move. And once they get you moving in that energy, bam, you're gone. You're already sucked in that groove. They could throw in all sorts of subliminals, but as long as you're grooving to it, you won't consciously register it, but it's in your subconscious, and now that changes your entire molecular system. It changes your DNA. It changes how you perceive things, and then boom, all of a sudden now you're getting violent thoughts about hurting someone because years ago you listened to a song about someone hurting someone. It's that deep. It's awful. It's awful. But we have people like Phase 1 who's reversing that curse, getting rid of those spells in the music industry. Salutes to him. So good, like, if you need to listen to upbeat music that's good for you, Mellow Will is good. Free Soul, FR33 SOUL, he's good. Phase 1's good, FAISEONE, very good. There's a lot more. I just can't remember the names. If you're looking, like, I mean, shit. You just got to keep it real, though. We got to start supporting the upbringing artists, the actual, like, artists that are trying to spread positivity and good messages, rather than talking about, oh, my girlfriend left me. Oh, I'm gonna go kill a bitch. Oh, XYZ, drugs and shit. We got to stop talking about stuff like that. Like, really? And then you look around and wonder why we live in a world where people are on drugs and killing each other and all that, because you're listening to songs that are, like, glorifying it. And these people don't even realize it because they're zombies, and they like, oh, but the bass sounds so good. The bass is the problem. That's the whole thing. That's why it's called bass. It's the ground. It's your problem. You built your house on faulty foundations. It's awful. No, it's literally there. It's in the words. Y'all, and I know some of you know this already, but it's literally in the words. It's so crazy how it's not like bizarre crazy, but it's like why are we not paying more attention to it? Why are we like, yeah, yeah, the root chakra, the ground, yeah, like that's cool. I'm gonna go back and do something else. No, I'm telling you, the key to free your ears, free your soul. People don't listen. People are like, oh, that makes so much sense, dude. Yeah, that's so out and far. No, it's real and here. Stop. You're crazy. Where'd your brain go? Come on. Like, and you know the people I'm talking about too. I don't even gotta say. I don't even have to give out more than that. The voice is enough. But y'all know. We're fixing it though, day by day. If just by you working on it alone, it fixes it. You know, it really is. Imagery, symbolisms, learning those things. I have this book. I don't know how good this other book is. This is the book. It's all sorts of spices on this book. My bad. This is a good book to get for symbolisms. It's pretty good. There's another book by a dude named Whip While Wet. Yes, on on Instagram. And he made a book about symbolisms. I don't have it yet. I want to get it though because I've been following him for a minute and he know what he talks about and I'm interested to see what symbolisms he's talking about on there. Um we got to keep it real. I'm like I am very passionate to help people like leave certain paradigms that they're stuck in. Like I just haven't had a full plan to do things, and then I've also just been nervous too. But a few days ago, I had an experience that woke me up to it, and I was like, you know what? I have to just go ahead and do it. I don't care. So we're here. We're talking about it. I hope more people start talking about it, at least on YouTube. Um, because everyone that talks about these things are so scattered, and time's just running out. And we're gonna be doing a lot of different changes on this channel as well. Not like nothing too major, but we're gonna be keeping going down this pipeline. I have a few things that I'm planning um as well. Look on the community tab. I made a post about wanting and trying to find people who are willing and wanting to collaborate with the healing journey. I don't need anyone with egos. I don't need anyone with underlying motives. I will do all sorts of things to make sure that you ain't got one. If I ain't trust you, it's just whatever. If it's meant to be, it will be. But you can email me and figure out. And because I have some plans for things that I'm wanting to do to really help and at least gather a community because we got to start gathering together. It's not about the light workers gathering together. We can throw that out somewhere else for a minute and really just focus on the fact that these next generations that are rising up are literally like the generation that's already born and like of age now and the generation that's just now being born. Those are the next two generations to help. Like my generation is the one generation that's trying to push these things out, helping the elders who have already done and tried to push these things out push it out even more. We're not doing it for ourselves, we're literally doing it for the children. We're trying to save the children because if we don't protect the children, then what the fuck's gonna happen? Like everything bad's gonna happen because the same thing that happened to you, the same things that happened to me, and the same things that happened to everyone else is gonna happen to them 10 times worse, 10 times faster, and it's gonna impact them 10 times more. We need to put a stop to it. And it is being put a stop to. Trust me on that. It really is. If you know, you know. It really is. But that doesn't mean that we just get to sit around and ignore it. We gotta do something. Whether that's healing ourselves or going out and trying to help others. However, we got to stop being so scared. But it's hard not to be scared, so I understand completely. But we have to like step out. We have to get the ones that are willing to take those steps, those risks, and work because it's time. It's been time. We're out of time, but we have to because it's like we need to. You know. we gotta take the leap. All of us do. It's either we take it now or we take it sometime later. And I'd rather take the leap now than later, because I don't know. I don't know how we're going out this time. I don't. I wish I could sit up here and let you all know how the planet, how this ending of the world gonna happen. I don't know a damn thing. I can speculate all damn day. We could get nuclear warfare. We could get a flood again. Shit. The sun could explode. Earth could just one day decide to just rip in two and float out into space. I don't know what's gonna happen. Shit. I don't want to be here when it happens. Though. I want to be somewhere else when it happens. And I know I'm not the only one, so that's what I'm trying to do. Get a bunch of people together. We can leave. We don't gotta stay here no more. I don't want to. I'm laughing, but it ain't funny. This shit ain't funny. It's real. It's awful, man. We do. We destroy ourselves daily. We don't even realize it. We really don't realize it. It's awful. Every damn day we repeat the same stuff or go down the same cycles or say, oh, I can't wait to do this, and then never do it. It deteriorates our brain. It then puts in our head, oh, since you don't want to do this, then that means you're never going to do that. So that means anything that you want to do, I'm going to make it harder for you to do it because you don't want to. You train yourself. The way that you think, the way that you eat, the way that you speak, the way everything that you do, and develops in your body, in your DNA. When and if you have a child, and even if you don't have a child, it's going to go on into someone else, because you can't destroy energy. You can only transmute it. So that energy, once you die and it's released, it goes into everyone else. It don't end. It's not as simple as 1, 2, 3. Yeah, send love to the ones in LA. I know that a lot of people. Okay, I'll point this out. I'm happy that Hollyweird is on flames, not literally, figuratively, right? But for the ones who are just innocently living there, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing that's happening there, they just live there, send them love. Do not be someone that's like, oh, everyone deserves to burn there, because ain't everyone there mean. Ain't everyone there a child molester or a pedophile or a murderer or a rapist or anything like that. They ain't part of that. Not everyone's there. Some people are genuinely losing homes and shit because they don't know what the hell to do or where to go. I'm not sure, me personally, I'm not sure of any donations or charities that you could do or fundraisers that you could donate to for that. If I find out, I'll post it. I'll probably do a fundraiser on here if I find one as well, for that as well. But until I find, because I don't have direct contact, but I could get direct contact to the ones that would know how to do that. And I could get the information like that and bring it back over here. We could do a fundraiser over here and do that stuff if we need, because it's just, we got to look out for it, Be glad that the Hollywood foundation that's been built up on it, all the sacrifices that they did, that one woman, I forgot her name, who jumped off the H as a signifier, the first sacrifice to Hollywood. I forgot what her name was. It's fucking glorified if you look her up. It's like some sort of glorified name of hers. But like all that's going down the hill. So be grateful for that for sure. That's like, that's God's warning of saying, hey, this shit's about to blow up. But to the innocent ones that weren't meant to be there, don't be happy for them, man. Like, send them love, send them prayers. And you don't even have to say, I don't send love and light to the ones that aren't. Just send love and light to the ones that are. Don't add the negativity to it. Just be like, I just send the love to where it needs to be, and everything else, just keep it there. You know what I mean? But again, this is the real shit that we're going through. This is the times. This is the times that we've been warned about. Everyone, oh my God, the world's gonna end. I don't know if it is. I don't know. Shit. The world might not ever end. We don't know. No one knows. And if you want to say that you do know, I mean, shit, prove it. Whoever contacted you, come to contact me. I want to know. I want to talk to them. Seriously. But yeah. It's interesting. Time is I don't know. Times are getting funny. That's all I can really say. It's just how funny times we're getting. Cause it's just, I don't know. Cause because I'm not the only one. I mean, there have been other people that have had premonitions of this shit happening. I've had dreams at childhood of stuff like this happening. It's just interesting seeing it fall through. You know what I mean? It's just interesting. It's not really like a scary thing, but at the same time, it's like, damn, you know, there is something going on. There is something weird happening. And instead of me just act like, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen because I had a dream. Yeah, but why the fuck did I have a dream? Why me? Why did I have the dream of that? And why did other people? Why do my days feel short, but everyone else's days feel normal? Like, what's going on with that? I don't know. Read up in the scriptures. They'll tell you all about that. I mean, I do know. It's in Matthew. Yeah, Matthew 22. Matthew chapter 22, verse 25. I believe that is the exact verse that's talking about that. I don't know. Whoever came and told me thank you. Someone put it on me. I believe that's the exact verse. And it talks about the elect ones, their days will get shorter, and they'll start receiving the signs and shit because it's here. This is the call though. This is just another one of the things where like, hey, we're calling. Are you gonna pick up the phone so we can talk to you? Yeah, hi. You know what I mean? Getting the ringing in your ears, seeing all sorts of stuff. No, not my phone on 20. Oh goodness. But yeah. Like we're getting the call. Tracy, I'm right with you. I feel it. It's there. You're not alone. I'm not alone. There are other people that feel it. It is a call. Pick up the phone. You got to pick it up. I can't pick it up for you. If you don't know how to pick it up, ask. I can't tell you how to pick up your phone. But if you ask and you just sit down and listen, you will get a reason. You will get a way to. Trust me. Last night, I could not, for the life of me, figure out what I was trying to be told. And I said, what do I need to do? And I got 3 simple instructions. Follow those 3 simple instructions. Got everything I needed. All you have to do is ask. They are around you. They're parked outside your house, and you probably don't even know it because you can't see them yet. It's all things like they out there. They all around. They could be sleeping. They could be on my bed. They could be on this bed. They could be sitting right here. I'd be touching all over them. Wouldn't even know. Genuinely, they around us. They are here talking, trying to let us know, yo, let's speed things up. Things are going faster for you because now you're changing. Now your whole system is changing. The way you think, your DNA, your blood, your molecules, your atoms, they're all changing very quickly. It's time to evolve. It's time to go somewhere else. Where are we going? I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Ask and it shall be given. Always. Whenever your ear rings, focus on it. Focus on the ringing when your ears ring. That's what you need to do. Always, always, always. Anytime my ears ring, I focus on it. Every time. I mean, my ears are ringing now. That's why I don't usually make direct eye contact. Because I'm always getting something. I'm always getting an ear ring. I'm always getting like some sort of feeling, and I can't direct focus. I have to use my peripheral vision. And the ones that know. You use your peripheral vision to see certain beings. You don't look directly at them. You use your peripheral vision. So when I stare off into space and it looks like I'm not paying attention, I'm literally like using my other senses because I don't need these anymore. The ones that know. The ones that know. The ones that don't know, maybe you'll find out. And if you don't, you can test it out. Don't believe me. You can test it out for yourself if you want. But just know that the only reason why you see the shadow man in the corner of the room when you're not looking at it is because you're not looking at it. And the second you look at it, it goes away. I don't know. I'm just telling you stuff. Because at the end of the day, all I know is what I know. I know my experiences. I know what I'm going through. I know what I pick up. I don't know anything else. I don't know y'all. At the end of the day, even if you do talk to me, I don't know. I really don't know you. I don't know what you ate. I don't know your favorite color. I don't know like your favorite food. I don't know like your bedtime. I do not know you. At the end, I only know me, and I barely know me. At that point, I know me enough to like cooperate with me. I don't know myself enough to fully leave my limitation of the physical, right? Well, not talking about astrally. I'm talking about just poofing out of this flesh, and just like letting it. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. But that's what we're trying to do, is remember who we are. That disassociation when you're like, damn, why did I just zoom out of my body? Why do I have to remember that I'm a living being? Why do I have to remember that I'm doing things on the physical realm? Well, because you're like coming back. Where were you? Where'd you go? Nah, shit, I don't know where you went. Do you know where you went? Because you just left and you came back. That's all that's going on. Your consciousness just whoop. And what are you other than your consciousness at this point in time? I don't fucking know. Like your flesh, your eyes, your hair, if you want to say that, sure. But there's something inside of you that just went somewhere else. And then it came right back. And then all of a sudden, damn, I was doing something. Or wasn't I? What? How long have I been watching this movie for? I don't know where I go. I just like disappeared for a minute. These things happen. We're not gonna sit around and act like these things don't happen. We are not. I'm done. I've been done for a minute acting like that for a while, just my life. But I think we're all done acting like we just aren't experiencing weird things. Like you always, all the time, you just stare outside the window. You don't, you're doing something, and then all of a sudden you just look outside the window and you're like, man, I'm not even looking at anything outside. I'm just looking out the window. Why are you doing that? What's calling you? Something has to get your attention. You don't just do something to rent. There's a reason why you're looking out the window. Who's calling you? Pick up the phone. Someone's calling you. Damn, I love looking up at the stars. Who in the stars are calling you? Why are you doing it? There's a reason. But we don't know. Because we ain't paying enough attention. It's there. I'm tired of us not talking about it, because it's happening. And it's real, because it happens to people all the damn time. You're going to gotta pick up the phone. Who is this? Hey, how'd you get my number? What do you want from me? No, but you gotta ask. You got to answer the call. You gotta learn how to answer the call. You have to learn how to sit still and be silent, and to meditate, to dive deeper within inside yourself, so that you can get those answers. You can get those calls more, because they always call in. But sometimes the call is more important than others, and sometimes you hear it, sometimes you don't. You just have to really dig deep inside yourself, remove all that clutter, so you can remember who you are again, because it's been buried up. It's been buried up since you were a child. When you were born, and they fucking took that, they gave you that shot. If you didn't get this shot, then you survived for a minute. And you took that shot, I forgot about it for a second, something flew out. I don't know, what that was. Then all of a sudden you get your school vaccines, and you go to school and you get indoctrinated and all sorts of things. Like, damn, I can't do anything here, but I was told I can do anything I want. I guess I can't do anything without permission. So now I don't know who I am anymore. Now I've just given up my free will to do what I want. Shit. And then all of a sudden you get out of school. I don't know what I want to do, because you weren't allowed to do anything. You weren't given a choice to do anything. You were told to sit down and don't do nothing. And now we have a homeless crisis, and no one wants to work anymore because we don't know what the fuck to do. And then we go do something on our own. Oh, you can't do that. That's stupid. The fuck you mean it's stupid? I'm just trying to do something. Yeah, well, don't do that. Do this instead. I don't want to do that. No, you have to, because it's the rules. What? Who fucking made the rules? I did. Who the hell are you? I don't even know you. And you're making rules over my life. And we sit around and act like we don't know what's going on. Really? Someone out there made a rule. They don't even know this man, or woman, or thing, creature, entity. You don't even know it, but it made a rule. And now we all gotta follow it. That's dangerous to say. I'm not implying nothing. I know the power of what I just said. But it gotta come out. But who the hell made that rule? Why they make that rule? For what? That rule is made for what? Laws are made for a reason, right? For protection. Protection from who? Me or you? Are you protecting yourself from me? Or are you protecting me from you? Or are you protecting me from myself? Who's getting protected? I'm not protected out here like that. What the fuck you mean? Who's making these rules? Why are they here? Who's protected who? And why is your protection more than mine? And I don't know. I asked a lot of questions. I guess why I get in trouble. I got kicked out of class for asking too many questions. A lot in elementary school. I just had too many questions. I didn't know what was going on. I wanted answers. I asked my mom at like 5 years old, how the hell do we talk? I didn't say how the hell. I was like, how do we talk? And she goes, because God said so. I said, no, but really, how do we talk? Like, how do we do this? And she's just like, I don't know. Like, shit, well, then there's my question. I don't get an answer. You just don't know what the hell. I thought you were supposed to teach me everything. You're the adult. You're my mom. You should know everything. Mom didn't know shit. Dad didn't know shit. Sisters didn't know shit. I didn't know shit. So I had to go look. I had to start walking. How the hell did I start walking? I don't know. Just picked up my foot and started doing it. We gotta start asking these questions, like why the hell these things are here. They're scared of that though. They don't want you asking questions. They don't know the answer. Half the like fuck. What do you think the government's so scared about? Why do you think we got a space? Like why do we have a space? A space army. I don't even know what it's fucking called. I don't even remember the actual name of it. Like a Marine Space Force. Why do we need that? Why has that been a thing? I mean, and we can say, oh, alien invasions. Yeah, but wait, why? Have they been, it's like they just now started coming? But then why the hell did they have like alien invasions all the way back then? How the hell is the Sirius star system known way back then and now we just have this? What the hell is going on with that? We got plutonium. What the fuck is plutonium? Who the hell put plutonium here? Oh, God did. Okay, well, why the fuck do we need it? Hello? Why do we need neon? What the hell is, like, why do we need neon signs? Y'all, like, they have answers, and the ones that know these answers, I'm not asking them seriously. I'm just throwing the questions out there to get people's main brains running. Yeah, Space Force. Yeah, why do we have a Space Force? Why do we need to put force in space? I thought space didn't agree to gravity. And I thought every planet had gravity. I thought gravity pulled us down, not pulled us in. You gotta be careful, bro. They don't want you knowing certain things. And they keep you blind. You just gotta ask questions, look things up. People want to say, oh, gravity's an up and down thing. It's really? Okay. It's an up and down thing, okay. Okay. Maybe with us it is, I don't know. Last time I checked, gravity can go left and right. I don't think that's up and down. I don't know. We gotta start talking about it. Someone does. I mean, people are, but we gotta start paying more attention, ask more questions, always. Why do we know that water's on other planets? Why are we sending ships out to, like, other planets to get supplies? What the fuck? I thought we had everything we needed here. I thought we could just dig underground and get it. Oh, Lord. Yeah. I'm pretty Bellatrix. Oh, Lord. You'd be surprised about what's going on. There's so much crazy shit. And there's so much. And everyone's so worried about who knows more. Or whose truth is more of the truth. Everyone gets so defensive, like, man, the truth is the truth, and opinion's an opinion. Your opinion of the truth is an opinion, not the truth. And who knows the truth? I don't know. Damn. I know what I've gone through. And my truth is just an opinion of the truth that exists. So what's going on with that? Can someone give me something that's not an opinion? Can I get an answer that's not an opinion, please? Can I get something? I thought I was supposed to be rewarded for questions, not given more questions. Yeah, why the math ain't mathin'? I thought 1 + 1 was 2, and then I figured out 1 + 1 is 3, because when 2 come together, it makes 3. And how the hell does 2 come together if it's 1? You know what I mean? Like, that's English on its own, but You just sit around, you just make up dumb questions all day long. It don't take nothing. But those questions have an answer. You gotta just think about it, huh? Damn, who the hell made math? And why sometimes when we do math does it not work right? So who the hell made math wrong? Oh no, it's just man. No, but even a calculator can get a question wrong. How the hell does that happen? Who's got the math wrong? Who made math? You go deep enough in math, you figure out that like the mathematics that we learn in general days in school and stuff is not correct. It's based off another system. We got measurements and they ain't correct. We gotta convert everything. I thought I just wanted an answer. Damn, I don't want to fucking go around the loop-de-loop. I just want an answer. You gotta pay attention. Dude, like, go to biology. Biology, science, physics. You'll get most of your answers through that. English, good luck. It's why the language is so annoying to learn. There's so many words and they are all the same. And then some words are just other words spelled backwards. Why do we need that? Like, what's the point? We went from symbols to a bunch of shit that's confusing. I'd just be happy we went back to hieroglyphs. I would read hieroglyphs way easier than what the hell is, like, come on. So you're telling me there's blue within blue? And which is blue? And I mean, which blue is which? And is that which blue? And then we have 2, 2, and 2. And then 2. And then red and red. I don't like, what the fuck's going on? Like, why are you all really paying it? Did you all just really just sit there with your finger up your ass and go, this means this? Yeah, but it means this. It says same word. It's, what are you talking about? Just take a letter off. Take a letter, add a letter. It's different now. No, it's not. You just made a longer noise at the end. And there's no enunciation for that longer noise. You just you have to, like, what? In other languages, when they're stacked up like that, there's an enunciation difference. In English, it's not. You got 2 and 2. Which one did I say? I don't fucking know. There's a W there? Since when? I thought that was toe. No, that's 2. And then there's 2. Why is the toe got W and an E? Who the hell's doing this? I love it. We need to pay more attention. Though, I mean, we can fix it. But it's just what goes on, man. It's the questions. We gotta start asking. We gotta start paying attention to it. We gotta be real with ourselves. Because it's there. And we're like, why does this exist in the first place? But the fact that we're not fed up enough with it to be like, okay, this is an action issue. Why the fuck do we have words that mean the same? Why? Since when did and then we have curse words and cuss words? Why are you like a curse and a cuss word? And then people say you're cursing when you're cussing, and what the fuck? And then we have cursive. Like, really, what's going on? And then you want to use cuss words for perverted reasons, and then you like what? Then you take food items and make those food items sexual. It's like, what is going, who's running this show? And why are they so horny? What's going on? Why? You like, what the fuck? So now I can't eat a banana or I'm gay. Okay. Now I can't say nut or some 13-year-old kid's gonna start laughing. Okay. What the hell? Who did that? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Damn. I don't know. I'm fed up with it. Personally, that's why I joke about it. If you can't be serious about it, joke about it. Ain't no reason to get all upset and go up in arms and go, oh, I'm gonna harm people for this. That ain't gonna solve a damn thing. How many people have you seen in the past go and do that and then end up on the street? I ain't stupid. I'll laugh about it, even though it's a serious thing. I'll make jokes about it, bring attention to it some way. It clicks. People know what I'm talking about. People get it. Even if they don't, they'll make the joke to someone else down the road, down the line they live, and then that's gonna, damn, you made sense with that. Like, no, I was just trying to be funny. Nah, but that is funny. That is a little funny. It ain't no haha funny, it's funny. It's different. It's different. Now, hold on a minute. You gotta plant seeds. You have to. Not every seed needs to be planted in soil. Some seeds are planted in sand. Some seeds you leave in the dark for 2 to 3 weeks. And then they start. Some seeds are the food. Like, come on. I think it's all there. We just gotta get different angles at it. That's what we're doing. They know it. That's why we got Cat Williams, making jokes about stuff like that. That's why we got people who are doing class lectures and being, billboard making schools and stuff and being serious with it. That's why you got all these things. We're pinpointing it. You come at them on all sorts of angles. They want to run the entertainment business. I can be entertaining. I want to be entertaining. Let me entertain some people. But instead of acting like a baboon in the zoo, I'm gonna fucking just do what I want. Shit, we get them in this little corner, in this little circle. They can't do nothing about it. That's why they're panicking. They don't even know what's going on with the drones and shit. You think the government knows? Barely. They have a pretty close idea, and they hoping that I mean, I don't know if they are for sure, but they probably hoping to God it's not the cigar-shaped ship on the back of the moon that came down one day. It showed a bunch of melanated beings on it. I hope that they'd be like, I don't want that to come back. But these ships aren't shaped like cigars. I don't know what they are. They're like different shapes. We got shams and all these other ships. Oh, but we call them UFOs or UAPs. I seen UAP. Is that I was like, what the fuck is a UAP? It's unidentifiable object. Like what? It's the same thing. You just switching the letters or who did that? I wasn't aware of that being a thing. I learned about that today. Surprisingly, we learn different times. I didn't even call them UFOs. I've been calling them ships for a minute. But then I found UAP. Like, what the fuck? It's the same thing. Just you're using different letters for the acronym. So what the what are you doing? Causing mass confusion. Who's doing that? Making up words and symbols and shit. As they always do. I mean, I'm gonna get off. My phone's about to die. I'm gonna do more of these in the future. I want to. I really, really, really want to do more of these in the future. Yeah, aerial phenomenon. What the fuck? Like a phenomenon that's in the sky? So clouds, the sun, the fucking 5G tower, what the hell is a phenomenon? Really? Yo, they just fucking say anything they want. And it just flies. It just fucking goes. It's a sacrifice you gotta make. It's a sacrifice you gotta make. If you're gonna go down these rabbit holes, you gotta sacrifice something. Friends, time, family, entertainment, you gotta do something. But, I mean, shit, at the end of the day, the more that you're aware, the better it's gonna be. And you don't have to be one of the people that has to sit down there and do the rabbit holes, but we got people... Thank you for finally flimming up. Jesus. This is working at least. Knocking the mucus out. But, yeah. I forgot what I was saying, so I guess I just got interrupted there. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Why was I not conscious enough to remember that? Anyway, that's just how it is, though. I'm gonna head out of here because my phone's about to die. We're gonna definitely do more of these. So keep an eye out. I'll be sure to make a post on the community tab whenever we do, just for more questions. I probably won't just put healing. I'll just put more questions in general, just to have a wider thing. Because questions are questions, and if I can't answer it, who cares? We'll figure it out together somehow. But regardless, thank you all for being here. It was wonderful. I love you all to the moon and back, tenfold and forever. Everything's in the description that you need. I'll see you all later. Take care.